Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. Live, I'm Catherine. And it's time for the April 2024 Earth Day bonus sketches from the Creative Memories virtual crop. I am getting ready to put together sketch number 2 with the Serenity Collection. And I'm excited to show you all where we're going with this one. There we go. I had to get my camera switched over, and I forgot to pull the sketch back out when I was getting my things sorted out in between live streams. Here's sketch number 2. I do have several different strip sizes, mat sizes, and I found a random scrap from our Ancient Key Border Maker cartridge, 1 1/8 by 2.5. Usually I use the decimals more than the fractions, but when you have 1/8 of an inch, it's kind of awkward. So that was this. I found this in my scrap bag, and I just thought, you know what? I can find a place for that on my layout. Why not use it up along with all of these other pieces that we're going to be using? I kind of put together a pattern here as well. And, well, maybe I'm not going to move it over. I'll show you the pages I'm using as my base. Actually, it's the same page. It's the one with the purple lotus flowers on the one side, and then there's this white grid on the back side. And that's what I am using for my 2 pages. One is the grid side up, and one is the lotus flower side up. And for all my strips, I just randomly found pieces that needed to get used. So I went ahead and am using those. I did 3-inch strips, not 4-inch strips like the sketch said, because I don't know. But heaven forbid I actually follow the exact measurements in the sketch. I don't know. But I want to base my measurement for this on my Ancient Key here. If I can actually pick up my piece, goodness gracious. I have the back side of this, the dark blue paper that's in the Serenity Collection here. That has this grids on it, or grid on it. My Ancient Key kind of has this paper on the back side of it. It's got the lighter green, but I wanted it to go in between these bottom 2 strips just to give the bottom of our page a little extra accent. And the rest of these I'll line up going down through the page. It's just trying to keep the pattern a little bit that I put together here as I go along. And there are 12 1-inch strips that we're using here. I did have to do some cutting for this one. Unlike the last layout where I pretty much just pieced things along and it worked out for me. This one, I did actually pay a little more attention and cut things at 1 inch and at 3 inches. I did have a few extra little baby scraps that I wound up getting rid of, but I had quite a few 1-inch pieces in my scrap bag already for this collection somehow as well. So it was nice to use up quite a few of those also. And I've got the one with the dark green robe with the green stripes on the back. I've got the basket weave paper here. Here's another one with the stripes. Basket weave has the lavender seeds on the back of it. More of that lotus flower that's on the other side of the page. I thought, why not bring in elements that are on our opposite side of our page to this other side as well. In fact, I think I've got some of the grid that's the base on this side showing on the opposite side as well. Here we go, just working our way up, and I am offsetting these just a little bit. Oops, as we go up our page here. Well, it looks like I was maybe off one of my strips because it's not exactly hitting the top of the page, but that's okay. I'm going to go with it, because we can always add a little extra border layer later. Hang on here, since we have such a light base here, I want to, there you go. Now you can see the grid and all the colors going through, and the purple with the white lotus on the opposite side of our base page there. And now for this right side, I'm actually going to do this one a little more stacked and not going, you know, the way it is in the sketch, where one's over a little and one's over that way a little, kind of in this pattern, if you will. I'm going to keep this one going just a little more straight, partially because we're going to add a border as well. These are 2" by 1" strips. I just went a little bit smaller for the right side of my page, since I wanted to do a 2-page layout instead of just a single page. Use up a few more scraps while I was at it. All right, let's put this one at the very top. I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch off the edge of the page here and see if I can get these lined up. You know what? I guess if it isn't completely lined up exactly, I guess it's okay. It'll look a little intentional since we have the pattern on the other side. I think I must have run out of the paper that had the light blue on it. I do have another pack of Serenity on the way because I have a lot of matte still. I have some more of our stickers and a few more laser cut borders. I'm using 3 in this layout, and I still have more, so I must have had 2 packs. So I know I had 2 packs of the laser cut borders, but I don't know how many matte packs and how many sticker packs I had, but apparently I bought a lot of this collection, and it's nice to use up a lot of it. Oops, that went a little crooked. Just working my way down the edge of the page here. Whoops. Okay. And last one. Yep, again, I'm just a little bit, I must have had a couple of my scraps were just a little bit short, and that's okay. That's part of working with scraps. Sometimes you have one that maybe isn't quite exactly 1 inch. Let me do this again so that way y'all can see. It's funny how I have to block it a little bit for the close-up shots, but the further away you can actually see what's there. So I don't know. Technology. What can I say? All right. So I have, let's see, are we going to do our mats first? Or are we going to do our borders next? I need to figure that out because I'm going to be cutting this one on our, so I noticed that we have 2 something coming down the side of our layout to this right side here. And so I found this border. It's, you know, one of our laser cut borders. It has darker on the one side and a lighter green on the other. And I'm using the lighter green side up here, probably with this lighter purple, I think. And then I think I'm going to use the darker side on the other side. We are going to cut these. This is part of winging it. And then these are going to go across here. Let me stick that one over there. Because I found this mat. We have a lot of speckled mats and in our mat pack, and I pulled out quite a few of them. Let's see, I have, this one is the one that has the same pattern that's on our laser cut here. So that's going to be our journal box, and I know we're going to cover up some of our pattern a little bit, but I wanted to have larger photos, have our larger journal box, and that's just the price you pay a little bit for some of that. It's okay. You can still see the pattern on the opposite side. So those are both 4x6 mats. I took the one with the green heart because of the color is going to match what color we're using on the opposite side. And then we have these speckled mats that are 4.5 by 6.5 mats going over here. This is going to go, no, this is going over this one. because I figured we want our whole photo and the journaling can work with what we give it. All right, so I do need to get this other one. You know what? I think I am going to put the mats first, and then I'm going to do the borders, and we'll see how it works out for me. On this right side, I have also two 4.5 by 6.5 with the speckles, but it's the green speckles, not the purpley speckles. And these are going this way, and this one's going to go up and over here. And I just realized I forgot to hit something on my controls there. Okay, so let's start on our right side a little bit, because I don't know, we might not actually need this one for the other side, since we're going to use part of this one here. And the question is, do we want the dark side up or the light side? I think we're actually going to go with the dark side, because it draws in the coloring from the mats we're using on our left side of our page. Okay. And then this lighter one, even though our mat is the darker, and I considered it, but we have so much of this other lighter green, I think it just works better. So let me get our 3 mats on our right side down first. I want to make sure I mention that a couple times, since I usually do the left side first. And I do have a sticker that I want to place on as well, but we'll get there. First things first. Like I said, sometimes I have an idea of what I want to do in my head, and sometimes when I get into the reality of it, things change a little bit as we go to put them on the page. Okay, so flip these over. We're going to put repositionable tape on this, and you could use your precision point adhesive as well. I don't know if I want to go. I'm going to go all the way down. What the heck? We're just going to go for it here. It's nothing like being live and just winging it here. So let me grab my microtip scissors. We are going to place this one first. And this one is going to come down about 6 inches. I probably should get here. We'll do it this way. Here's 6 inches on our mat. So I'm going to go a little bit beyond, about 6 1/4. Going up here. And scoot that over just a little bit. It's starting to stick to my stickers. And then we're going to put this one definitely shorter. So let me do this, because in the sketch it's shorter. So this is what 4 1/4 is what it looks like. And we'll put, yeah, that actually works out, because it's right in between this where this diamond meets the top. Okay, let's flip our page and cut these. It's always a little scary to cut the laser cut borders. I don't know why. It just is. I always feel no problem cutting through stickers, but maybe because they're just a little bit nicer, a little bit more expensive. Okay, let me place those upside down up here. Let's go ahead and get our sticker down on our right side. I found this breathe in, breathe out that has 2 blue hearts in the middle of it. And we're going to create a little bit of a cluster with it, but I thought since we have hearts on both sides of our page, it seemed like the perfect thing to have as a title. And we'll go ahead and recreate the heart that's kind of on here, just below it here, going towards this right corner, heading towards our edge here. Right side of the page is done. I'm not used to saying that in this order. There you go. And now let's get these mats down on our left side so we can see how much more of our laser cut's going to fit for us. Turn this over. That one's going to go first along with that one. Okay. of course. And my tape runner is done. I can see the red tape here. I've got a refill ready to go because I've live streamed before and I know that happens from time to time. There we go. Back in business already. I love our tape runners. They're so easy to change out. Okay, did I get tape here? Yeah. Okay. It's a little harder to see with the darker print on the mat there. This is going to go right above where our ancient key is here. Kind of running through the center a little bit. And then I'm going to place this one, I think. Oops, let's do this direction. Our corner. Oops, following our grid. That's one nice thing about having a grid on the paper is you can follow your grid and know that you're straight or not straight. And I was a little bit off there. Okay. There we go. Now I'm straight. And then this one is going to go up in here. And it's just going to wind up a little bit offset from our others, which is fine also. In fact, I think I'm going to put this one up to the top because since our other one didn't quite reach the top, it adds that little extra element to the top. And you know what? I didn't put tape on that one. Okay. Which side is going down? This side and that side. Okay. So I got two of them. I didn't get the other two. No wonder it wasn't sticking. It happens. Happens to the best of us, right? Here we go. Okay, this one and this one now. Alrighty. There we go. Makes so much more sense as to why that one seemed to go down so easy before. Alright. So little by little here. And now on our sketch, we do have just a little bit more. Let's see, I wanted this lighter side up. And I think I can actually run it. I think I'm going to run it this way. I want to run it so it runs exactly across the top here. It's kind of interesting with the, since this mat has the other part across the bottom. Let's do that. And so it looks like it's extending the pattern over and it works out to match pretty much just at the end of our page here. And then we have the rest of this one that we also need to run through here a little bit. So I'm going to take a couple of diamonds off again. Oops, I don't think I got quite enough repositionable tape on the end of there. Eek. Okay. I'm working in small segments. Run tape all the way through the entire thing more than once. Okay, so I think this wound up being 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we're just going to cut this off here before sticking it down. So that's pretty much what's going to run here. Let's see, you'll see part of the green and part of the dark blue through these open diamonds here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if I can get the 5th one in there. I don't think so. So we'll just do 4 more coming down here. 2, 3, 4. And I feel like I need to run this the rest of the way over here. Even though the sketch doesn't show it that way, I really, it's just speaking to me. There we go. So we don't actually need this other one. I like I said, I had bought 2 packs of the laser cuts, and rather than running it and continuing the pattern, because you have your ancient key down here, might have could have put this one up there, but that's okay. I think we're, because it almost looks like you got the 2 here and the 1 here. It seems to work. All right, what do y'all think? Hopefully you like it, and you'll put a thumbs up or leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts. This is the left side of our page. There we go. I'll bring back in the right side, and then I'll bring back in our sketch here so that way you can see it all together and how I turned this single page sketch into a double page layout. Hopefully I've given you all a lot of ideas and shown you how you can incorporate larger photos because they, again, the 3x4 photo, I mean, if you want to use a 3x4 photo, you can, or you can put 2 photos on this larger mat as well. We can also put a smaller photo here. You can even overlap part of your design, kind of like what we did up here as well, or you can add a little bit of index sheet here for your journaling if you don't want to use the lines that are here, and just cut your photo to the 4 inches and just slip it underneath the mat here and then run it in between our 2 kind of borders that are showing here. I think that would look kind of cool with a photo covering up where the line part is here. But, you know, you kind of have to, I usually just see what photos work for the layout with the colors, and that's something I will be showing soon. It's coming. It's coming. I was pulling out all my notes just yesterday. So there is one more sketch. I wasn't planning on doing Earth Day sketches, so you know, thought I was going to get some of my other filming done this week. Not so much. It's okay. So there's one more Earth Day sketch. I have not designed that one yet. I have a good idea of which collection I am going to use. If I can get back on tonight with it, I will. If not, it will probably be tomorrow for sketch number 3. And I might also be able to do the collection introduction for Revved Up tomorrow as well. Looks like my box is coming early. So keep an eye out on my channel tonight, tomorrow for some of those things that are coming. Lots of exciting things happening, and I hope you all enjoyed this sketch interpretation. Until next time.